Have you seen that painkiller show on Netflix?
I watched some of it. Yeah.
Fucking what they did to this country is so crazy.
Oh, I know. They're advertising it. Hey, this is the best drug since whatever, and this will keep you, keep you moving every day and give you a healthy lifestyle. Meanwhile, they didn't tell you that they're opiates and they're addictive and that they could kill you.
Yeah. Peter Berg, who made that show. And, he had to do a lot of research on the Sackler family and what they did and how they engineered this and how they knew that. People weren't just taking painkillers back then. It wasn't a normal thing.
Right.
When I was a kid, we talked about this, when I was a kid, for someone to take heroin was crazy. When you found out someone was taking heroin, you're like, Jesus Christ, Mike's taking heroin?
Right.
But when those pills came around, because it was prescribed by a doctor, everybody's like, it's fine. It's okay.
I thought it was too. I said, this is legal. My doctor's giving it to me. This is what I need. But I knew, after I started taking more than 4 and I was taking 5, 6, 7, 8, I knew I wasn't doing the right thing. I knew that I was going against what the doctors wanted. Because you know what I would do? I had 12 doctors that I was calling.
Oh.
Okay, so, and I had 12 different pharmacies because you can't go to the same pharmacy twice in 1 month.
Oh, my God.
Okay, and I had a Mexican contact where I got them illegally. So I was getting about 2,700 pills a month.
Oh, my God.
And you know what? That's all you think about. That's all you think about is how you're going to get your drug the next time. So I have this calendar, and every day it tells me which doctor to contact or contact your Mexican contact down in Mexico. So I have all these things set up so that I can get what I need. And it takes over your life. Wow. You no longer are living your life. Your marriage is, you're not worried about your marriage, your kids, your job, nothing. You're just worried about how you're going to get the drugs.
So crazy. And it's so crazy that this didn't exist. This didn't exist in America till, a couple decades ago?
Yeah.
When it started?
Yeah. Now, who's the people that...
The Sackler family.
Okay, are they affiliated with Purdue or...
Yes.
Okay.
Purdue Pharma.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the story from the documentary is sensational. The series on Netflix is sensational. And it just shows how fucking evil those people were.
Well, I wonder if they actually knew the dangers that were involved when they first started.
It seems like they knew.
They did?
It seems that they knew a lot. They absolutely knew it was addictive. That's why the FDA wouldn't approve it. And then they took this guy. There was one guy from the FDA that approved it. And this guy would not approve it. He was like, this is heroin. Like, we're not going to approve this.
Right.
And then they took this guy, and they took him to a fucking hotel. And they had him in a hotel for 2 days. I don't know what they did. Like, no one knows what they did in this hotel for 2 days. But after the 2 days, he came out, and instead of saying it's non-addictive, for the first time ever, they said it is believed to not be addictive.
Wow.
What
They
is
said
like
the opposite.
Yeah.
somebody said it.
Yeah.
Like somebody believes it. Do you believe it?
like
Yeah, I
believing
don't think
in-
it's addictive. Okay, it's
Right.
believed to
Yeah.
not be addictive. I mean, to use that sort of terminology, you just need one person.
Yeah,
or
to say that,
someone.
yeah. Just approval from one person.
For
yeah.
one of the most dangerous drugs that this country's ever experienced. I
It
mean,
is
you,
the most dangerous drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you look at the amount of people that have died from it. I mean, somewhere, the opiate overdoses in America are somewhere in the neighborhood of 100,000 a year.
That's
which is
ridiculous.
so crazy. So in 10 years, 1 million people die from this stuff.
Wow.
And who knows how many people committed suicide, who knows how many people died from car accidents, how many lives and families were wrecked.
Yeah, the painkillers being affiliated with that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So many, and it's just insane. It's insane how much power money has, and that a pharmaceutical company could influence people in that way. And in this documentary, they show, in the docuseries rather, they show how they did it.
And it's scary because a lot of those doctors, when they're younger or whatever, they're like, I want to help people. I want to make people feel better. I want to help humans. And then they're in the business a little bit, and they realize, well, if you want a vacation or if you want a yacht, if you wanted this, you
Yep.
got to play the game.
Yep. Also, you have liability insurance. You also have medical school bills. You have, the cost of running your business. It becomes like it becomes like the stock market.
Yeah,
It becomes like anything else where you're just thinking about numbers. You're not thinking about people, and it's not your responsibility. And the crazy thing is then they would shame the people. when they would there was a strategy they had to say, oh, you're a drug addict. It's not the pills aren't a problem. You're a drug addict. You're an addict. And the people be like, oh, I'm a drug addict. Like, no, they turn you into one. Everybody's a drug addict. If you give them 20 fucking pills a day, they all become drug. Every human being, human being, if you give them OxyContin all day, they will become that.
Everybody has the ability to be addicted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I believe
everyone.
That,
They'll give them to you even if you're not in pain. That's what's crazy. I had a nose operation, a deviated septum fix, and my doctor prescribed me 2 different kinds of painkillers. I didn't take, and I was like, I'm not in pain. And he's like, but you might be. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
He's pushing them on you.
Yeah, he was pushing them on me. He was
They
telling
know
me to
what's
take
up.
them.
These guys want to be one of the 12 doctors on a list.
Well, if
and
you
get their kickbacks.
if you're supposed to, like, those numbers, you got to keep those numbers coming in. They'll come to you, hey, buddy, what's going on?
So they actually do get paid?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some sort of kickbacks, and there's also bribes. And the bribes are in the form of vacations and dinners. And my wife's my wife's mother rather was a nurse, and she would say that the pharmaceutical reps would come to the clinic, to the hospital, and they would like take everybody to dinner. Come on, we're gonna take you to dinner. They'd take them out to these nice steak dinners, and everybody would eat whatever you want.
Yep.
Want a nice bottle of wine. And so, like, they were on the side of these pharmaceutical drug companies. So when the patients would say, "Hey, what do you think about this stuff?" They were like, "Oh, you should take it. It's very good. It's very good. It's a good company." You know, so it's just you build loyalty with these people. You know, Brigham from Ways to Well. Brigham started off his career. He's a good buddy of ours who now owns a stem cell clinic, and you know, now he's into wellness and prescribes peptides.
Is he in the United States?
Yes, he's in Austin.
Okay.
And you know, back then when he was a pharmaceutical drug rep, it was all about relationships with the people. Like, you would go to the kids' games, you would know all these people, you would know all the doctors and nurses. You had to be on a first name, but you were their friend. And so the more they liked you, the more likely they were to prescribe your drugs, the more they would give it out to people. And
they were building trust.
Building trust. And in Painkiller, in the documentary, the Netflix series, they hire these really hot young girls that were the representatives that would go to the doctors and sell this stuff and bring the brochures, and they had a little spiel that they would sell. It's crazy. It's crazy what they did. I mean, they followed the law. Look, if you want to be an evil sociopath, it's really that the way they did it that's the way to do it. And it's the most effective way to make a lot of money. They made billions.
And you know what? They didn't break the law, I guess.